Hi, this is Chad Campbell, Certified Functional Medicine Provider with Redesign You and Hope Family Care Center. And I am back to go over a new topic that we talked about last time, oxidative stress. But first, I want to thank everybody for all their support during all this time, sending gifts to my family and bringing us face masks down to the office, providing lunches and dinners for our staff, even sushi on top of that. We thank you so much because these times have been very difficult for everybody. And that was very encouraging for us and very encouraging for my staff. So I appreciate you very much. And I thank you very much for that. There hasn't been much to talk about because we're waiting for the research. And we're here talking about the facts, and we don't have any facts right now. We're waiting for the research to come out, and once those research comes out, then we'll be talking about the research and the facts on those findings. Right now, it's just a guessing game on what may happen, and that's not what we're to talk about. We're not to talk about political stuff. We're here talking about just the facts. So we'll wait and find out what actually comes out. For all of you in the Northeast and the Southeast and the Middle East and all of those that are watching this, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming with us on this journey. Just look at your numbers and, just take it with a grain of salt. That's all I can say. I want to apologize too, because I was supposed to put this out this past week, and we've been camping, and we went out into the woods. My family and I have been having a great time, and I thought that I might be able to do this out there. Thought it'd be fun to do in the woods, but there's no service, which is amazing. So anyways, let's get started. Let's talk about oxidative stress. And we hear about this a lot. So especially with COVID, but just for overall wellness and general good health. So before we talk about oxidative stress, I want to discuss the system just for a short little time. I don't have any pictures. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. So I want to make this real general. And if somebody wants me to go real deep into the physiological process, just send me comments and I'll do it. I'll make one that has all of the deep stuff, and I'll show you the pictures, and I'll explain the entire processes to you. But in my functional medicine practice, Redesign You, I firmly believe that when you have a general idea of what is happening, that you will make decisions because you have an understanding of it. Instead of just doing something because Chad says to do it, or because your PCP or your cardiologist says to do it. If you give it a little bit of an understanding, then you'll own it. And when you own it, you got it. Okay, so I want to give that to you today, and I hope that you will own this so that you can make those right decisions when you're conscious about it. All right, so oxidative stress. So what happens is our body is constantly monitoring itself, and it's constantly checking for unhealthy cells. And so when it notices an unhealthy cell, it produces something called a reactive oxygen species. I'm not going to make a bunch of big words, I promise you, okay? But it makes something called reactive oxygen species, or ROS. So let's just keep ROS. And this is a natural process that our body does. And when it finds this unhealthy molecule or this unhealthy cell, what it does is it kills it through a process called apoptosis. And it does this to preserve our life. This is a good thing. This is not a bad thing. This is good. White blood cells do it when they get exposed to these bacteria and these and viruses. We do it to try to kill off this abnormal cell or molecule to preserve our life. So our body is constantly cleaning this bad stuff out and replacing it. Good thing, good job, body. That's what we want. But when this ROS is produced and it's doing this, and then it finds this unhealthy molecule, it destroys it, and that produces a free radical. So the free radical is kind of like a byproduct of our body cleaning itself out. And what that free radical is it's an unbalanced molecule. Okay, so it's much deeper. Just imagine an unbalanced molecule. It needs two, okay, but it only has one electron. So it's unbalanced, and what it's doing is it's looking for somebody else's to steal. So it's rogue. It's just going, and when it finds a healthy molecule, it steals the electron to balance itself out. Just like many people in society steal from others to give themselves more, right? This molecule, unbalanced, does the exact same thing. It's stealing. And when that happens, it now makes that molecule that it stole from unhealthy and a free radical. And then that free radical process just continues on. So it's like this downward spiral of these free radicals. So then what happens is our body then will produce antioxidants. And these antioxidants, what they do is they come alongside, they find that free radical that's searching to steal from somebody else, and they give it that molecule. They give it that electron that it needs. So they balance it. Okay, so antioxidants balance the free radicals so that they become a healthy molecule. Balance. That's what we want. We want our body, it searches, finds something unhealthy, it destroys it, makes this unbalanced molecule. Our body makes the antioxidants that then balances out that free radical to make it a healthy molecule. That's what antioxidants do. Balance us out. Now, when those free radicals or those unbalanced molecules are happening and our body keeps giving and then these keeps balancing them out, but we keep producing more and more and more. We keep doing things that produce more free radicals, more free radicals. Eventually, we can't keep up. So we don't have enough antioxidants to balance out all of those unbalanced molecules or those free radicals, which then causes oxidative stress. So oxidative stress, I can't keep up with the demand. Anybody who has kids feels stressed. You can't keep up with the demand of those kids. Same thing, oxidative stress, I can't keep up with the demand of giving an antioxidant to balance out all of these free radicals. So I have too many free radicals, and that's what oxidative stress is. So when we get exposed to these viruses or these bacteria like COVID, our body has to be able to keep up with this repair process and keep up with this oxidative stress and this system. And that's why you hear so much about, in the past that we've talked about, the proper diet, the proper nutrition, taking this time to learn new foods and all those things that we've talked about. One of the theories with the COVID complications is that people are already in an oxidative stress lifestyle. Then they get exposed to that virus and their body can't keep up with trying to heal it. So they get complications, they get much sicker, much faster. So this oxidative stress, or our body's inability to keep up with the repair process. Stress can't keep up, right? So I can't keep up with giving the antioxidants that my body needs to keep it healthy. Has many downstream effects and causes when it can't keep up. You've always heard many of you, I should say always, but you've heard of the scenario of apples and avocados, right? And you take a bite of the apple and then it starts turning brown. Or the avocado, slice it off, and then it starts turning brown. It's that oxidative stress, too much oxygen exposed to that open cut of the apple or the avocado, which causes it to brown. That's why you put antioxidants like lemon on it, lemon juice on there, and it preserves it. It makes it last longer before it starts turning brown. Or the rust on your car, and, you paint chips, and then the rust starts happening after it's been exposed to that oxygen. So some of the things that create this imbalance of our body to be able to repair itself, or creates this oxidative stress, this stress our body can't keep up with, are infections. That's why we say with these times during COVID and during flu seasons, and if you have kids who are in school or preschool, keep your body balanced. And we'll talk about that at the end. Inflammation causes an increase in that ROS, looking for all of the cells that needs to be repaired that happens with inflammation, creating more free radicals that our body can't keep up with. So if your body is already out of balance, it throws you over the edge when you get exposed to these viruses like COVID. Exercise causes more of the ROS, because when you are exercising, you're destroying cells in those muscles. So you exercise, ROS gets released, removes those unhealthy cells from the muscle so that your body can then make good cells. Remove the damage so that your body can make new healthy ones to make those muscles stronger. I do these speaking engagements, and I'll never forget this one that was, I was talking, and you always wait for it, of course, but it was about CrossFit, because when people do CrossFit incorrectly or too much, they create so much oxidative stress. Their body cannot keep up with the demand, that they look amazing on the outside. They look amazing, but their body is deteriorating on the inside because they can't keep up with that oxidative stress. And I'll show you what happens once we can't keep up with it. I'll show you in a minute what is caused from what it causes and why we don't want to do this. So if you're exercising, you have to provide your body the nutrition to be able to keep up with the stress, to keep up with the body's ability to repair the damaged cells being removed and the healthy cells being made. Smoking. Bad diet. So diets high in carbs and high in sugars, we know create more oxidative stress, and your body can't keep up with the ability to repair. That's why high carbs, high sugars, we're trying to get those things down, get those things much, much less because of the amount of oxidative stress. And then pollution, environmental pollution. I'm from West Virginia. I know about pollution, and it definitely causes a lot of oxidative stress with our bodies and the ability to keep up. And then pesticides. Okay, so when we talk about these different things which are well known to cause this imbalance, what's the downstream effect? So why do we care about this balance in our body? Well, because when it's unbalanced like this, it starts to damage our DNA. Yes, it damages cell membranes. So when it damages these cell membranes, it causes things such as leaky gut. And remember, 85% of serotonin is produced in your gut. So when leaky gut happens, depression, chronic fatigue, the tiredness, fibromyalgia, multiple things can happen from a leaky gut, including autoimmune disorders. We know that the imbalance with oxidative stress, too much stress, causes cardiovascular disease. It causes heart disease. It causes artery hardening. It causes accelerated aging. It's known for Alzheimer's, diabetes, inflammation and inflammatory conditions, autoimmune disorders, arthritis, autoimmune disorders, I should say, like rheumatoid, lupus, psoriasis, vitiligo, autoimmune thyroid disorders, arthritis, poor skin problems, damage to the nervous system, mutations to the DNA, damages proteins and enzymes. There's so many of these things that it does to us. And so when this oxidative stress occurs in our body and our body's not able to keep up with that demand, we get sick. That's just it. You get sick. And it's not going to happen right in the beginning. It's going to happen eventually to you. So we have these opportunities to be able to say, okay, I recognize that I might be creating more free radicals. I might be creating oxidative stress, and I need to balance that out with doing certain things. Or we can say, my body's doing fine, I feel good, and then you accept the consequences of this down the road. And I'm just saying it as it is because that's what happens. And when that oxidative stress starts taking over your life and you can't keep up with that repair process, you're going to get tired. You are going to get tired. Your mitochondria, which are the energy powerhouses of your body, those things get destroyed. They get destroyed. So you just feel tired all of the time. And you're like, why am I tired all the time? Why do I feel so tired? And you get the diagnosis many times of chronic fatigue. fibromyalgia, depression, when you just have too much inflammation and oxidative stress in your body because you didn't keep up with it. I experienced this. I was training for an Ironman. I wasn't eating right, and I developed autoimmune disorders, and my heart rate was going to 250 within a minute of exercising. I had to see cardiologists, wear Holter monitors, echoes. I had to do all that kind of stuff because I wasn't giving my body what it needed to repair what I was doing to it. I can't reverse autoimmune disorders. They're there. It's there. I can only maintain it now. So I'm trying to give you guys this so you understand. ROS is searching for unhealthiness. It finds the unhealthy molecules, gets rid of it so that new ones can come in. Good thing. Produces an unbalanced molecule. Our body sees that. Antioxidants that it produces gives that balance to it, makes it now a healthy molecule, and we're balanced the way we're supposed to be. If I don't keep up with that balance, I have oxidative stress, meaning that too many free radicals, too much destruction, too many rogues stealing from each other, and not enough to help repair it or balance it. We can sometimes test this stuff in labs, regular labs sometimes with what's called a C-reactive protein or CRP. And I told you how high carbs and high sugars cause more oxidative stress. They've shown that people with high carb, high sugar diets have much higher levels of this C-reactive protein or CRP than those who don't. And even 32% of people with high carb, high sugar diet, high sugar, high carb diet people have 32% higher TNF alpha, which is a major protein involved in causing systemic inflammation all over your body. So high carb, high sugar, not good because of the load and that stress it creates on our bodies. They have shown that Mediterranean diet reduces that C-reactive protein or that CRP. High fiber intake and fruits and vegetables, antioxidants, reduce that CRP level. And by the way, if you do have a high CRP, it said that you have a 1,700% higher risk. 1,700% higher risk of developing diabetes. Oxidative stress, oxidative load, for sure. For sure. There are some biomarkers that we can do as well. One's called a lipid peroxidase, which measures the rust or the oxidative stress in your fat. Things that can cause that are vegetable oils like canola and soy, corn. Those all cause inflammation and cause that lipid peroxidase level to go up. And those oils also will deplete vitamin C, vitamin E, and vitamin A. And then also 8-hydroxy-2-deoxyguanidase shows the rust of the DNA. So it's just there's some biomarkers that we can look for, how much oxidative stress of the fat, how much oxidative stress of the DNA. And you know, most of the time we can look at people and go by their history and know what's actually happening. But there's also something which are called SNPs, which stands for single nuclear polymorphisms, but a SNP that increases your oxidative stress, which is a morphism of your DNA. And there's certain things that you can do to test that. 23andMe's medical part tests for multiple pages of SNPs, and it's something that I have some of my patients do when we're running into a block and can't quite figure out what the next step is. You look for those morphisms, those polymorphisms, because a lot of times they're not allowing things to happen. So what can we do? You know, what can we do to counter this stress load and give ourselves the best opportunity to stay in balance? I mean, because that's what we do. That's in functional medicine. That's what we want. I want to keep your body in balance. And we don't want to just sit in our house because that's not good for us. So we live our lives, and many times that's not going to change. So how do we complement our body? How do we give it what it needs to stay healthy and to still do those things that we want to do? And first, it's going to be a healthy diet. And people don't like to hear diet. So we say, first, healthy lifestyle, for healthy food. So full of antioxidants, protecting those cells from those rogue, unbalanced cells. like the apple, trying to keep the apple very healthy. So a sufficient amount of antioxidants and omega-3 fish oils, very, very good. Normal exercise, yeah, normal exercise. So when we exercise, we should be eating to give to our body what it's going to need to repair from the exercise. So CrossFit, like I said, you got to be careful. I recommend for my patients no more than twice a week of CrossFit, because it can take your body 32, 36 hours if you're eating healthy, 32, 36 hours from your body to recover from one CrossFit or one HIIT training. So you have to be very careful with that. Eating the day before, eating good the day of, eating good the day after, and not falling into the high carb, high sugar cravings that happen when you do get into intensive exercise. Normal rest and relaxation to reduce the stress. This helps support those power energy sources, the mitochondria that I was telling you about. It helps support those so that they can do the best job that they can do for you. Essential nutrients that we have to get through our body. We have to get through our foods. So our body doesn't make these essential nutrients, meaning that you have to get them through food for these type of antioxidants. So that's vitamin E, vitamin C, beta carotene, and selenium. They're not going to come, our body's not going to produce that. Your body has to get that from the food. And those are the antioxidants that you need. We need those things. So some of the other things you can consider would be vitamin D if you're not out in the sun, or if you have low levels of vitamin D, zinc, something we call NAC or N-acetylcysteine, which is a major player with the antioxidant process within our body, resveratrol, curcumin, sulforanes, broccoli, and ECGC in green tea. Those are all amazing antioxidants and amazing things that help our body to keep those molecules balanced, to help our body continue to get rid of damaged cells and to put good ones back in there. So the point of this whole thing, the point of antioxidants, the whole point of oxidative stress is that the ROS, getting rid of unhealthy cells and producing this unbalanced free radical, is our normal body's natural response, and it's a good thing, okay? Our body can heal itself if we give it the right things. It can do that. But when we're doing too much to increase this, free radicals, and I'm guilty as well, not sleeping enough many times. We create too much of that stress thinking again, can't keep up. So too much of that oxidative stress, and our body can't keep up with the repair process, and we get sick. We get sick. Our lives aren't going to change. Many of our lives aren't going to change. We like to do little time things in there: yoga, meditation, stress, relaxation, trying to eat better. But most of our lifestyles with work and our exercise and our kids, those things aren't gonna change. So stop trying to beat our heads against the wall, and let's provide to our body what it needs to keep us healthy and balanced. Many of you already have diabetes. We have autoimmune disorders or heart problems or artery stiffness and hardening. But we can still make changes. We can still affect that and still help it. It's not like it's, oh, I'm 65 years old, I have this horrible heart disease, I can't do anything else about it. No, you can't. Or I have rheumatoid, I have diabetes, I'm done, it's already happened to me. Yeah, it's happened, but it doesn't mean that you have to quit, because the things that you change will make a huge impact in your body being able to balance itself out and help you out and give you the lifestyle that you crave. And this is what I do in functional medicine with my patients all the time. This is why I love doing what I do. So if you can keep that in mind and you keep that understanding, the balance, I want you to think about that and try to stay conscious of that when you think about what you're going through today, because today will be different than tomorrow. And my exercise today might be more than tomorrow, so I need to give myself more repair food today than I may need to do tomorrow. So I hope this helped you understand. Give a broad, I know it's general, but a good understanding of oxidative stress and why antioxidants are so important. I ask that you please share the video with your friend. Share it because we're trying to create a network, a community of people living life together with this. Okay, hit the subscribe so that you know when we need, when we put more videos out there, and that bell if you want to know when they happen. That way we can keep giving you tools to help you keep that healthy, balanced life that I hope that you crave to get. And if you want to check out our website, redesignu.net, check it out. It's got all kinds of other information on there. If there's a topic that you want to hear about, please, I beg you, please send me a comment. Tell me you want to talk about. I want to talk about hormones. I want to talk about diabetes, thyroid. I want to talk about inflammatory. Just what do I do for just to be healthy when I don't have anything? Any of that stuff, send me comments, okay? Let's keep our community going, keep our network going, because in community, we find support to create health. Thanks for listening. Until we see you next time, thank you.